Hey y'all, what's going on? It is the Coastal Critiques panel. We are back again to discuss The Real Housewives of Dubai, Season 2, Episode 7, entitled The Beauty and the Beggar. Let's get into it, y'all. Hi. We're here. Wait, you're muted. You're muted. You were muted.
Am I still muted?
No, I took you off mute, but you were muted.
Happy Hope Day. Hello, everyone. Hello, Barb. How are you today?
I'm well. I cannot complain.
Yeah.
Lovely Wednesday. In August, 82 degrees that it is here.
82? That's nice. Real nice. It's real nice. It's nice and airy, breezy. Yeah. I don't have that out here where I'm at 98, 99 degrees. No, I don't quite have that.
There's not that out there.
No. How my grandbaby say, no, yes. That's Blaze.
Yeah, it's definitely heated up over there. I felt it, y'all. She's not lying. Very much the desert over there, but nonetheless, we're here. Well, watch the episode. I hope you guys watch the episode, but who knows? The ratings will tell us. I guess the general consensus is that they waited too long to come back with the show. That's why everybody's so disinterested. It's because they waited so long to come back that people they just lost interest. And I think that's pretty.
That's what we've been saying all. Yeah. Haven't we been saying that?
I hope that they take heed to this. The execs and producers and stuff over at Bravo, I hope they take heed to it, because you can't be filming stuff and then thinking that people are still going to be interested in it years and years later, especially when certain things have spilled out onto the blogs or on Twitter or whatever. Like, you can't expect people to still have that same amount of interest for that long. Like, people are it's out of sight, out of mind. Sorry, that might sound shallow, but that's the name of the game.
Right. I hear you. That's why we're here. We're trying to, help the ratings along, because literally there's starting to be cracks and holes and, things seeping through the cracks. And it feels like a buildup. We know it's a buildup, and it's starting to feel like a buildup. So we're just, we're trying to, wait it out. And I still enjoy it. Like, literally, I like to look at their fashions. I like to look at how they're living. I like to, want to be over there, except for in the heat. And when they were saying, 74 degrees is cold, I said, cha. It ain't cold. It's not cold. But yeah, I just
on that too, and I was like, oh my gosh, are y'all serious? I wish I had. Well, I mean, that's pretty much on par here, but that's not cold, y'all. No, I've been enjoying this season. I honestly have. I was kind of shocked to see where we opened up with this episode. I wasn't really thinking that we were going to open up and just let it be such a. It wasn't a short scene, but I definitely didn't think that we were going to get that brief of a scene with Ayan and her launch and stuff like that. I thought that would be like kind of like a episode closer that took like a good amount of time, but we didn't get that. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Who do we got in here?
Hey, always day girl number one. How are you today? Hopefully your day is going great. Yes. Mine is going pretty well. I know Barb's is pretty well. So thank you for joining us. We love to see you in our chat. We love to see the cuties. We love it over here.
We do. Hey, Ray Ray, how are you
What's
today?
going on, Ray Ray?
Good to see you. Good to see you. And y'all, if you haven't liked the video by now, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to hit that like button on both channels because we are streaming to both channels. Hit that subscription button on both channels. Hit that share button on both channels. Hit the notification. Do everything on both channels. And if you're not catching this live, you're catching on the replay. Shout outs to you. Shout out to the replay gang. Let's keep the conversation going and flowing in those comments below.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Snuck up in here. Hey,
Princess.
sis. How are you
You know,
today?
before we get started, I just want because some people are trickling in and I love it. Thank y'all for joining us. We really, really, really appreciate it. And y'all already know, like she said, please like the button. I mean, like it on both channels. We're streaming from both. But side note, good job. Great job.
Oh no.
Welcome.
I hope you're okay.
Yeah. I hope we make you feel better on your way on your last day. Where you at? Well wishes and speedy recovery for all that, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was about to say, Barb came to visit me.
Oh, I was gonna say what happened.
Barb came to visit me on what was that Sunday? Says yes, Sunday. And we had movie night. We had movie day, whack movie day, but it was nonetheless.
See, I forgot about that part. You just reminded me. Forgot about that part. Oh my god.
My sis came to see me. She needed her hair braided. Her hair looks amazing. She left with rollers in her hair. So I didn't get to really see the finished product. I dipped and she dipped. So I really like to see my braids, I guess my work on screen because every braid looks like the same size, the same everything. But that's not even why I'm saying it. It's just like literally when she got on camera with me today, I was like, I was about to I always tell her hair looks good. Whoever does it, like, but I literally got it on like, oh, her hair looks good, forgetting that I did it. But hair looks amazing. Like every hair looks amazing. So
It
yeah, I just want to throw that out there. And if you guys want to follow my hair page on my IG, it's Lynn Lin dot Lynn. So Lin dot
they say
me your hair. Like lend me your hair, but with Lin.
I'll jump
Lend me your hair. Spelled
yeah,
out. Lynn dot me your hair.
yes. Because if you
Yes,
guys
it's a and I'm about to post some more hair stuff. I'm really trying to my sister. I'm trying to get out the business out the my 30 year career. So I haven't been posting. I haven't been, but I have been taking some pictures of my work. So I'm gonna send some, and then I know my good sis is about to take some pictures. She always does. She's always on her TikTok. She's always fashionista. Show you what she bought, what she about to put on, down to the cologne and not cologne but parfum.
oh no, I'll be wearing his cologne too.
I do
So
too. I love to wear my husband's cologne, especially right here. So when I go like this, I'll be like,
I like masculine scents.
I love masculine scents as
Oh,
well as even my candles. I love it. So but yes, lend me your hair, and if you're on Facebook, it's braids by Melinda. So yeah, you guys can go do that. I haven't did I ain't talked about that in a long, long, long time because I'm trying to get out of business. They won't let me. They won't let me, y'all. So look, I have this scarf on. Another side note, Barb had a meeting this morning. He had 2 o'clock, sis. So we supposed to go on at 1 o'clock, 1:15. So she called me at like I don't know 11 something and said, can we go on at 3:30? I said sure. Well, I start braiding my hair, y'all. She literally was like, "When'd you braid your hair?" She just saw me Sunday. So yeah,
yeah.
I'm one of the fastest braiders. I mean, I didn't do your hair that fast, bro, but because
Right.
literally I didn't know you was leaving. Because if I did, I would have got you out of here a lot faster.
I wasn't in a rush.
I know. I know you wasn't.
Watching movies that weren't that great, but it's always a good time here. So I'm
Shout out to Tyler Perry.
yes, y'all. I don't know if you guys have heard, if you caught the new Tyler Perry movie on net. Was it no? It's on Prime. but Divorce in the Black, I mean, hey, watch it. I'm gonna leave that up to you. I'm never gonna say don't, watch something. That's on you, but I just wouldn't do it. So, but that's just for me, to you. That's my piece of advice. But nonetheless,
Mhm.
I guess we
Bring
can
it
get
back. Yeah, let's get into this
out.
little piece of something we had. Little piece. Dang, I ain't got no straw, but that's okay. It's
Oh,
1 o'clock for me.
it's tea and lemonade for me. Yeah, y'all. This episode didn't really give too much, honestly. Um, at least in my opinion, it didn't. There's a couple things to talk about, but it wasn't my favorite episode of all. We begin, as I was saying before, with Ayan's beauty launch. Ayan Beauty. We know her sister Ifra and her brother are there. Can't remember his name right now. Sadiq, I think his name is.
Yeah, Sadiq. Yep.
Mhm. They were both in attendance. She's finishing up her glam and just kind of like reflecting a little bit. Um, and she's really excited to show them the fruits of her labor. This is a special day. She regards it as a family business, so she's just excited to share it with them. Her son also is walking in the show, and he is signed to an agency. Don't remember the agency's name, but he's signed to an agency, and he is also already modeled for Burberry, honey. Burberry, the Burberry, yes.
Is that what she was saying? You know I am sometimes. I can't understand her sometimes. I did hear her say bad boy. I said,
Yeah,
she
she
said the bad boy. I said, okay, girl. Don't say it too many times.
she emphasized different syllables than I would, but good for him. Good for him. Um, and her attire for the occasion, y'all. I didn't get any pics, but I can play. I found this like one little clip on Twitter of her walking in,
Oh
so
my gosh.
I can play that for y'all. But it was very much giving Nefertiti. She said that this was by a designer named, I think Michael Cinco was the designer. It's a
Mhm.
garment flown from a museum in Egypt, and the colors in the garment are actually the same colors that are in her palette. That's kind of like how it ties in and stuff. But you can see it, yeah, you can see it right here.
If she wasn't given Iman and Michael Jackson,
She
is
was,
that Iman? Was that Iman? I always get
yes,
them wrong.
Michael
Okay,
Jackson.
because if she wasn't given all she got and giving it to us raw, and she was giving me so much life in this, not just that part. She was giving me Grace Jones, Strange. She was giving me all I needed. Thank you. We love, love, love that you are hitting us with 2 devices too. I love, love, love that. There it is. There, appreciate it. But yeah, I said, Ayan, I kind of love you and your humbleness and your sweetness and your yeah. She's starting to, and I never not disliked her. I just always thought she was kind of over the top. I felt like she wasn't letting us in, and so yes, we was. We was. But yeah, I'm just really starting to really, 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 really like Ion. I really do.
Yeah, I am. I mean, she still has the parts, so I'm like, okay, girl, really. But I do still like her overall because I do still
Yes.
think that although sometimes when she's being extra, I feel like it's like, girl, I feel like you're laying on even thicker than you normally would. I think like as a person in general, she just is a person who lays it on thick, but I feel like she lays it on just a layer thicker for the show, of course.
Lay it thicker.
You can see even with how she is interacting like with her siblings and stuff. I do think that she still is a very genuine person. um I think that when she is celebrating other people, when she's happy for other people, when she's just being how she is towards other people that she cares about, I think that those are genuine interactions as well. So it definitely was nice to see her and all this just come together, and how she was which I'm gonna go ahead and say here next, like how she was so nervous and stuff, like in the corner and all that. I'm just like, a part of me is like, okay, girl, like seriously. But then on the other hand, I'm like, I mean, we can't downplay the things that she's been through in her life. And she's always talking about, the humble upbringing that she had. So I feel like that just goes to show that there's just so much mm, I I hate to say like at stake, because I don't think that like her life will be over if this wasn't the best business endeavor or anything like that. But I do think that just based on her past and stuff like that, and seeing how far she's come, it's just she holds herself to like a certain, I guess, standard, and she didn't want it to, go down badly. This is her, brand. This is a family business. She's proud of it. So I understood her in that moment, and I'm glad that she was being like super transparent with her feelings. Are you frozen? Oh, I think you're frozen. Well, you're moving, but I can't hear anything. It's a little robotic. Yeah, it's
I
frozen
agree
now.
with that. And yeah, her anxiety is
Hold on, y'all. Technical difficulty. Make sure you're liking the video. It's frozen. You might you might have to go out and come back in. You might have to. Okay, I can't hear anything. Okay, y'all. While we work through this, I will just detail a little bit more of what happened in the scene. Again, Ion closed the show, but while everybody was walking, y'all, tell me why. Um, Again, this is for her beauty line. This is makeup and all of that stuff. A lot of the women, several of the women, including Sergio, actually, and Sergio, were kind of confused as to what exactly this fashion show was supposed to be showcasing, because they were mainly kind of just focusing on the clothes and forgetting, like, okay, no, this is supposed to be about the makeup of it all and whatnot. Um, yeah, so very, very confusing. Oh, she'll be right back, y'all. She probably had to reboot. Um, I know she had a power outage in her neighborhood or whatever, so hopefully that's not making the signal bad or anything like that. But again, she'll be right back, y'all. Talene and Rafi, they got there first, and when Sarah walks in with Saba, we see that neither her or Stanberry greet each other. Do you guys feel like whose side are you guys on with that whole thing? Do you guys feel as though Stanberry is someone who just doesn't like it when people disagree with her, or do you guys feel like Sarah was laying it on a bit thick, how she keeps going up for Brooks and just kind of like coach her, just be her entire like life coach? Whose side are you guys on with that? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments. um but they don't greet each other, which is super wild for Stanberry in particular, because she's like, girl, like you actually used to be closer to me and Sergio than you even were to Brooks. So it's just, crazy how all of the chips are falling right now. But nonetheless, backstage, as I said before, Ayan was still going through it. She had diarrhea about 3 times, like the whole nine, which I do get looking at her life in totality. I do understand why she was so nervous. And even if those factors didn't have occurred in her life, and anything, anybody typically is going to be nervous when they are launching such a big business endeavor such as this one. I will say though, I was a bit confused because this was supposed to be a launch, like showing what products that she's gonna have and everything, right? Okay, I understand that. I can understand that. But when she said that they have to do like the website and everything now, I'm just like, I don't know. For some reason, I would have thought that the website would have been up here because these people can easily go home and be like out of sight, out of mind. Versus if you had the website out, maybe not allowing purchases just yet. Maybe you're not ready for that, but just at least having the website up so that they're able to go and like see what they saw coming down the runway, you know? So they would be able to see, like, oh, like when they're talking to their friends and whatnot, like, oh, girl, did you see? Yeah, I really love that chrome eyeshadow that we saw or whatever. And then they go and they, oh, yeah, it's right here. Oh, it'll be available on this date or whatever. Like, I would set up that type of things. Here we go. Uh oh. You were just there. And I picked ad on stage and it didn't work. Sorry, y'all. Um, but that just kind of threw me off. Not gonna lie. This venue, when I say she bought everybody out, she bought everybody out. So much so that they were actually having difficulty getting into the place, or at least Brooks and Elisa were. And I say it that way, y'all, to y'all, because I'm not sure if you guys caught the episode. If you did, you will see that freaking Lisa came in after the show, and Brooks also came in after the show. And what I feel like the bigger issue is that Lisa's supposed to be Ayan's best friend at this point in time, right? I felt like it was a little not so friendly, not the show of a good friend, to show up to your best friend's event where she's launching a beauty line, a collection. Like, hello. I don't really think that that was cool to show up there late for whatever reason, because she doesn't, give a reason other than basically like life was lifing or whatever. I feel like that was kind of a cop out, and I wonder, it's kind of, we don't know why they fell out just yet. We have not gotten that far in the season. That's in episodes to come. But just that right there tells me that Lisa's probably less than. There she goes.
My phone, I mean, my thing was about to die. Wasn't charging. So my computer was like, girl, you better come on now. I hate when it does that thing too. It's like glitching for a little
Exactly.
bit. That's okay. I can be in the matrix a little bit. If I have to go off the screen, but long as you can hear me, I'm gonna just go off for a second while it tries to like reboot itself and give itself enough juice. But I've been listening from YouTube. Don't worry about nothing, sis. I've been listening to the whole thing. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just saying that, and I'm glad Princess at least was picking up what I put down when I say that I was just a little thrown off that she didn't. I forget. She said like she needs to get the website right. It was like three or four things that she needed to get ready now that she had a fashion show and stuff. I was just thrown off that she didn't have the website ready at least, so that the people can at least view the products that they saw walking down the runway. Just saying. Not
Yeah.
right, but at least have them. I mean, damn. Excuse my language. At least Giselle and Robin over down GNA. At least they had the website like kind of up, you
Not
know,
Robin.
products and stuff.
You talking about Ashley?
Yeah, that girl.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay. I mean, I was just saying. I was just making sure because I'm like, wait, Robin and them got a line too now. Well,
everybody at least had the website ready. I just would have thought that she would have that. I'm just saying. Just saying.
yeah, you would think, yeah, you would think that, and you should. I mean, it's like, I like how we talk about etiquette, or maybe there is a right way. Like absolutely, even with Sheree, you can't have stuff crashing. You need your website to be working. I feel like now, let me know at the fashion show. I love that she incorporated the fashion with the makeup. I feel like if she was gonna do that, I feel like she should have went a little bit above and thought a little bit outside the box, by maybe having her makeup artists that were there applying makeup, and maybe
Yeah, that
people.
shit some
Like it should have been people getting their makeup done and then like
mhm,
touching up. Like here's the thing,
touch
have them
ups.
sitting down underneath the, like they're at the getting their makeup done. They're all covered up, and then they pop out, with the makeup done, and they pop these clothes off, and then they walk the fashion, the runway or whatever. Because it did kind of get lost that they were there for makeup with all the over the top clothing. And I also like I felt like they dropped the ball when they did not. Now I don't know if they had more than one station, and when they didn't really have her stuff displayed, and even Talene, I think it said, you
Yeah.
know, where's the makeup, and they production trying to show us, oh no, it's here. It's like that little bit for all over the topness that this going on. This is what y'all did for her makeup. So I didn't know that. And even like, did you have um what else things called? Bags to go home, gift bags for everyone.
I
Did
would
I
have
mean,
samples.
you
Everything
know
I'm saying, yes, exactly. I would have had all of these elements. I,
yeah, we should have saw all of that. If you're gonna do all of that, you have to give them a reason to want to buy this stuff. Everybody, and the cool thing is you are a woman of color. You're real, have a nice rich color. So if we're marketing your complexion to the makeup, then we need to be emphasizing that, not just the clothing and stuff. So yeah, Miss Stella, I enjoyed the fashion show and stuff, and I love her little son. Her son is really, really handsome. But yeah, I feel like they dropped the ball. Production and anybody, or even her team, with not without with not putting as much makeup out, or what they showed us was not enough.
no, it wasn't. And also just kind of like looking at the like the names and stuff that she has for certain stuff, whatever. It's playing on a lot of yes, exactly, a swag bag.
Swag bag. Yep,
Um,
exactly.
I should know what that.
Yes, you did. And Barb, all I can think about is even when we before I got cut off. That's what I was going to say. When I went to the fashion show, look at this. When the last fashion show I went to, I guess I've been to two with Barb.
Hmm.
The first one was amazing. We had a great time. She walked
Yeah,
in that one. The second one, she did not walk in that one. We were spectators, and it was still a cool time. I'm glad you didn't walk in because that rumor was tiny, but the fashion was still amazing. Um, but I was thinking about that. I was like, because Barb was like, I'll be right back. I'm here. I'm about to go get my swag bag. Um, and I was like, yeah, go get it because I'm not. I got on heels and I'm not moving. But it wasn't about me. It was the fact that they had it in different places that you can walk up and go get. Now, even with the other one, it was the same thing. We were able to take things away. I just feel like I didn't see nothing with her name on it, nothing in marketing, nothing that just popped that made us feel like, even at the Essence Festival, we walked away with a lot of stuff, and
that's
we were
the thing.
walking around people like, where you get that bag from? Where we gotta go stand at? Where are we going? Okay, free.
People want
Okay,
samples. Like it's that's just the way of the world these days. Um,
I'm gonna go
and
back off camera, y'all. Y'all see my camera jumping, but I'm here.
been a good opportunity for the other ladies too. I mean, obviously per se, I don't know who else has a tangible product other than obviously Lisa.
Mhm.
But just in general, that would have been a good opportunity for the other ladies too to maybe even like sponsor and put some of their items in the swag bags too. Just saying.
That would have been so smart.
That's what literally what people do. Um Somebody just did that on a Housewives show or something. Like that's yeah, that's just what people do. But anyway, not too much on her. I do wish her longevity in this business, and I hope she is like projecting, for stuff forward for in the future, because I see again a lot of stuff on the website is geared towards like playing off of like her one liners and things that she says on the show. But I know in the end she does want to kind of have this business be a way to, and she says it later on in the episode that she wants this business to um be a way to kind of assist and educate and help with FGM and stuff. So I'm just like, I would rather see more of her like outside of the show be put
Hmm.
business, if that makes sense, rather than just like playing off of the persona that we see on the show. I think she should put more of her like cultural, like from a cultural standpoint. I think she
Yes,
write that into.
absolutely. Yep. I hope she's listening because we need that. That might help us. We just people don't know, but they feel like they go to different places and have to. Not. I'm not gonna say drown themselves out, but like push themselves because she ain't pushing herself to the back. But sometimes use the take that ethnicity and push it back. Wendy didn't do that, but some people do, and I feel like she's doing what she did. That.
Yeah, I just think if she's trying to tap into and address that issue and stuff, then she should just kind of play more off of that angle. But it's still early. I wish her nothing but success.
Yes.
They didn't turn the party out. Nothing crazy happened. So it's just
Got that right.
I
Got
don't
that right.
think there's anything else with that for the most part that we really need to hit on other than um Talene saying at this point in time she was still down to try to move forward with Brooks, although Brooks made it clear that still she was not trying to do that at this time.
Stop.
Sarah and Stanbury, I think that they kind of have somewhat of a mutual respect enough about each other. So I do think that they'll be able to work through their issues. Honestly, I didn't think that it was that big of a deal what happened at the desert to land them in, okay, I'm not talking to you at the next event. Like I was kind of thrown off when both Sarah and Stanbury showed up and were very much still had their booties on their back about that whole exchange at the desert. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think it was that big of a deal, but sometimes it's a build up. Like I said earlier, it's a build up. So sometimes you're like, you could be at the breaking point where she's do one more thing, and I know it if you've been holding on to something you could have been said, and just nipped it in the bud, and those little small things add up. But you can just speak on it instead of holding on to it and having animosity. It should not be a problem.
Yeah, you're
And that's
right.
why it looks minute to us, for on the outside looking in.
You were 100% right. What did you think about Lisa and Brooks showing up late though?
Lisa and Brooks. Shame.
Mainly,
Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, so here's my thing. I'm glad you brought that up because remember I didn't take notes because I literally watched it enough, and I was in the last time I watched, I was like, oh yes. So you doing this is great. With Lisa, her walking in right when I'm not gonna say she was right on time, but at least she got to see Ayan in all her glory, looking
she missed
like
the show
uh,
though.
what'd you say?
She missed the show though.
I said that. I did say that. I said she was late. She missed the show, but at least she got to at least walk up and see Ayan in the in her what did Sarah call her? Oh, I
Um,
can't think of Cleopatra
called it
and
Cleopatra.
all her Cleopatra-ness.
More Nefertiti, but yeah.
Yeah, it was more Nefertiti, and it was beautiful. She looked gorgeous. So she walked up. Okay, now, granted, back to you and I, Barb. When we went to that last one in Hollywood, was it not hard? I don't know about you because you got there before me. It was hard to get in that place. Not let me tell you how hard it was for me to get into the place that you were at. It was hard to get on the block, let alone get in the place. I parked around the corner from the place on accident because of the reason of it was granted it was at a hotel, an older hotel, whatever the case may be, but that place was jam packed with people trying to get in that place. You got to get your ticket, then find the parking. It was jam packed. So when they said that, like literally anybody that rolled their eyes or feel like, girl, it was never gonna be that packed. Literally, it does be that dang on packed because let's be clear, people that came from different states and different cities to do this, walk in it or whatever, they're staying there. Okay, so they're there, but then the people they invited, they're coming, right around the time that the show go on. And here's the other thing, Bart. You know that the show don't take long. When the show starts, the show starts. If it's not a light, she only doing her makeup. It wasn't gonna take long. She literally had the people walk around, come out, walk around. She came out. she went out and it was over. It wasn't like a whole it wasn't a to do. It was you should have been there on time. I'm not taking nothing away from them. I'm saying, shows like this is not gonna it moves fast. So back to Lisa. Lisa saw Ayan in all her little glory and she walked off. Yes, you shouldn't have been tardy. That's supposed to be your bestie. Ayan goes up for you all the time. She's willing to, and I watched it back again. I watched it back when Talene asked, is there something going on? Talene literally said, is there something going on with Lisa? I mean, at home or at work. I mean, does she have a lot on her plate? She didn't just come out. The first thing out of her mouth was not. Is there something going on going on at home? She did not do that. What she said was, is there something going on with her? Is something at home? Does she have too much on her plate? And literally at the end of this, they're gonna go on a trip, and exactly what Sarah said and asked about her in the real nicest way, was not no malice, is the reason why you're going on a dang on trip. But I digress. Lisa shouldn't have been late because Ayan goes up for her. And now we're gonna get on to
I mean,
Hayden. Don't know if she coming or going. Reminds me of somebody that could be 5150 on purpose. Like, girl, what is wrong with you? You always trying to make an entrance. You did that more than once on this episode, and we'll get to the second one. But let's be clear. You always want an interest. You did not want to see her in all her glory. Ayan shows up to the dang on grocery store in ball gowns. So god dang on well, she about to go all the way in for her makeup line. And you deliberately was late. You know why you're late? Because you're drinking somewhere, a whole bottle somewhere. So when you go inside, you can feel like, I dare somebody say something. That's what Brooks does. And she shouldn't have been late. I'm done.
I don't think anyone should have been late, but honestly, I mean, I think it's because with me, like, it's just I really, I guess, take the phrase "treat others how you want to be treated" like really serious, especially when it comes to friendships.
Mm.
So if you're someone who says that like you're really like my friend like that or whatever, it's just in those major celebratory moments. Um, I just would have expected Lisa to be there. I would have. I get what you're saying. Like you said,
First.
ignore logistics and stuff like that. Obviously,
Mm.
yeah. If she literally could not get past these people, then she couldn't get past these people and get there in time and all that. Like I get that. But at the same time, it's just for
Okay.
me because I would never like let that be an excuse for me. Like I just would hope that the other person would also be like I don't know. I guess I just take stuff like that to heart. I try.
Okay, well, I hope you didn't take it to her when I was late because I had to drive. I'm just playing. I'm just playing, sister.
I wouldn't stop being friends or anything like that, but no, that will I can't. I would be lying if I said that. It wouldn't be like a big deal to me. Um, but
She
again,
missed the whole thing. She missed everything, though. Brooks missed everything.
especially because Ion didn't. She had a fashion show last season, didn't she? Ion was there. Just saying. But everybody, there was a
Ooh,
lot of people
good
in
point.
attendance. There
Good
was a lot
point.
of attendance. I know it was overlooking the Burj Khalifa or whatever. Ion tried to say it was. Um,
Girl.
it again, it was good overall. Talene, at first I thought she was being trying to be shady, talking about like what exactly are we here for? Like what are we supposed to be looking at or whatever. But I did understand once I looked back at it, like yeah, it definitely wasn't really giving like makeup fashion show.
Hmm.
But um it is what it is. It is
You
what it
see
is.
me
But
glitching? Do you see me glitching? Okay, I
yes.
just want to make sure. That's why I keep checking to make sure. So I'm gonna just stay off the camera. I don't want to really go out. I don't know why it's doing that, y'all. Maybe because it's hot as the devil's behind it out here. So, I don't know, but
It
I
definitely
just
is. She's not lying about that, y'all. Um, again, no, nonetheless, last question. How did you feel about Sarah and Sergio going off to the side to have a little quick one-on-one powwow about how they such brothers and sisters? And Sergio's all like, "Oh, you and my wife need to talk," and she's like, "Your wife never has my back." And how did you feel about their little exchange?
I feel like that's a husband and wife team. She should, they usually, we as in married couples, we are a pack, and we come in, we're two bodies, but we really on one mind, one satellite. So if my friend had one of my somebody I consider a friend and close to me, I would not want and I know my wife also can lose, be a little bit off the hinges, and I know that it could have been whatever got them mad could have been misconstrued. So I would, as a husband or a wife or my friend, I would hope she would go talk to him and not just let it him or her, because I'm putting myself in that. If I had a disagreement with my girlfriend and my husband is cool with her and we're all at a function, I wouldn't be mad if they went to the side to go talk, because I would think that I cared enough about the person, or we had a nice friendship, that yeah, it kind of matters. So yeah, I see them go sneak off, or like go talk to my husband, like, yeah, you better have, because me and you friends. No, I'm just no, I'm not talking, I'm being lighthearted, but literally, I would be like, that's my girlfriend. We had a falling out, and my misunderstanding, and your husband, if he thinks that it's worth saving, and he knows you and knows the friend, he should be able to talk to that person. I don't feel nothing's wrong with that, and I don't care if it is the human backpack.
I I do feel like, yeah, no, I get what you're saying. And I do feel like it becomes just a little bit different when like you are like friends as like a group. You have to kind of think sometimes about like your partner, the other people and stuff. And I'm not saying deal with any y'all. I am not saying deal with anybody or entertain anybody who you just don't rock with like that. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying that and maybe because I have my own personal experience with this, I just am cognizant of like my partner at all times when we have like mutual friends or we hang out like in a group or whatever. Um, because it kind of sucks sometimes when like you do hang out with another couple or whatnot, and like the husbands may be getting along, but then you guys might not be getting along, or however you chop and screw it. Um, but it's really nice when you all can get along and stuff. So I just try to just make sure that I'm just always mindful of my place in these types of groups. So it's not bizarre that they formed a bond and that they or he wants them to work it out so that we can continue with the regularly scheduled program. I do understand that, and I've been in that position before. So
I
okay, this is one thing I can empathize with.
I chuckle when you said chopped and screwed, because literally I ran to that song today, and that's what ran through my mind when I can literally know where I ran and hit the corner when he said, "You've been officially chopped and screwed." When he hit that peak of the song, and I literally was like, "Dang, he hit that chopped and screwed." Like, okay, next, go ahead, go
No, it's cool.
ahead.
Um, the only other thing I have to say about that scene is of course afterwards Ayan brings her family up and she shares a few words and stuff. And Brooks also gave like a fake apology in this scene. I say fake because I don't even know why she wasted her breath trying to apologize to Lean when she knows that she's just kind of over her right now. And yeah, we already know Ken went back to Germany. Germany. So we don't even need to talk about that. And I really thought that it was. in poor taste for Brooks to try to throw shade at Ayan in her confessional, talking about, oh, yeah, I loved um Ion's brand by Tony Molt, or, oh yeah, the show that Tony Molt put together was just amazing. I just thought that was just unnecessary, and why she'll never get to shed that like mean girl filter.
Mentality.
Yeah, that
Hmm.
she kind of has. I didn't like that, especially when even Caroline Brooks was like very much like, oh, good for her, like
Hmm.
great or whatever. Brooks was the only one that had something snide to say, and maybe it's also being exacerbated because of the fact that she also was the only other person that didn't make it to seeing the show, and then you come and say something like that. It's like it's not looking too good for you in the girl department. Just saying.
Yeah, the shade don't even be shady. It's more like, here's the thing, because we're gonna discuss when she was on what's however you say what's
Watch
happening.
that
Yeah,
box.
yeah, that part. On Andy show, because I'm used to what's happening, so I can't think of his show because I'm my show.
Yeah,
So
it's not the same vibe at all. Mm-mm.
but she was live, and for me, li- listening to her live talk in real life, in her interview, and her say things like, "Oh, that's just banter," or "Oh no, oh I know him," or you know, because we'll get to it, but it's just certain words that she uses that I feel like she tries to say, she says these things on the show, but then she has an excuse why she says it, or it really wasn't that. But it doesn't come across like that. It really comes across like you really being mean. You being a mean girl, and you want to see who's gonna stand up to you. And Talene is doing that, and you're mad, and you're trying to put it on. Well, if she want to be up Sainsbury's woo wop wop, then that's what it's gonna be. And it's like, no, you are literally being a butthole like the whole time. Everything that comes out your mouth is mean spirited. We see you. We see you, Brooks. We see you, girl. We see you, and I don't understand why you don't think nobody sees you, but we see you every time. Stop lying. Stop acting like you're not that passive aggressive or aggressive. It's all the same to me, and we can see it, and I'm tired of it. I don't like it, and don't try and do it in a confessional talking about Ayan's, by way of such and such. No, it's Ayan. It's the whose name is on it. Okay, so give her respect. You weird girl. Okay, I'm done.
No, no, I know exactly what you're saying. And that's why I can respect somebody a lot more when it's like, yeah, they say something and they know they're not gonna BS you when you call them on it. They're gonna be like, yeah, I was being shady, haha, hee hee, whatever. But when you go out of your way to be a mean girl to somebody and you try to mask it as if that's not what you were doing, that's when
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem. Like, and I don't like that. Just stand in it if that's what you're gonna say.
Yeah, yeah, like you said, or in your when you were on one of these scenes, fake, fake, fake. Okay, girl, that's what that is. Okay, sis, you can go to the next scene whenever you're ready. I'm just going on mute. I'm eating an apple.
Okay.
Don't
I
judge me, y'all.
Ion Beach heels. Don't know why she did that. Can we just I can't believe I forgot to say this, but I know I said it last week. The jeans in her family, there's no shortage of beautiful jeans over there apparently, because, and I don't mean any shade by this whatsoever, but like her sister in particular, I'm gonna need them to come back with that age report because her sister looks so freaking young.
45. She
She
45
looks
and
like
she don't
45.
look. She looks 35.
She actually like, and it's not any shade to Ion, but I honestly thought she was the younger sister for a second. I was like, who's this?
That's how I get it too. And no shade to my sister Mal. She just her my sister Mallory has her attitude. She wears her attitude a little bit on her face, so she looks more serious than I do. I'm always kind of smiling and got a look of you can approach me, My sister does, but if she in thought, she does not. And so people, when they meet me, they always say, or she said, "This is my sister," and they be like, oh, "Okay," and then she'd be like, "Oh, that's the older sister." And this is one of her jokes. That's the older sister, the oldest sister, and sure enough, her friends turn around and say, "Oh, I thought you were the oldest, Mal." I just laugh, but it's the attitude. It's not the look. It's attitude. But
Yeah, plays a part in it.
Ayan has the attitude of somebody that takes over, not take over, but as the older kid, she does have that spirit.
I mean, even in the conversations that she was having with them and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
make a point to bring up how she used to go out and she was the neighborhood, the community collector or whatever they called it, and she would come back with a whole bunch of stuff like she was providing for the family at a very young age. So that I do also think can, to your point, there's other things that can contribute to you just having an older, more mature energy about yourself or more youthful energy about yourself or whatever, however you want to put it. So
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
there was a cute scene between them, but nothing, I don't really have anything else to say about that unless you do.
Moving on. Mm-mm, we're good.
Family over everything. Family over everything for them, which is awesome for them. Rich and Lisa.
Wait. Is that when they were at the beach?
Yes.
Okay, I will do want to bring up the fact that Ayam, take your shoes off in the sand, baby. You don't walk in heels in the sand and a roller. You rolling a wagon in the sand. Baby, don't you ever do it again. Don't you do it. Don't you do that again. I was like, what is she doing? I know you be on high fashion, but not in the sand, Bookie. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
her husband is fine. I mean, he is a looker. Even when they were talking, I was like, girl, I see why you, yeah, girl, I see you. I definitely
Like,
see
what
all
about
of you.
an Hermes bag?
Honey, he talks the right words. He
Oh,
looks
right now
good.
he got nice
All,
teeth.
all his kids look like him with her color. Oh, we.
I'm gonna just let me. We gotta move on. We gotta move on
Mhm,
right now.
mhm, mhm.
Yeah. So, they went on a date, y'all. You can see this is what they look like on said date. I'll just put that down for now. They are they're on a date,
You know, I'm over here laughing.
and shout outs to Lisa Mulan. Um, but they make it a point to go on a date night every week, which I'm like, oh, that's good to know. Like she made it the way she's been going crazy over the last couple weeks. I assume like they don't ever get to do that, but no, they make it a point to do it, even if he's away out of town on business. He still makes it a point to make it back on home for date nights. And I was like, see, that's the type of rules I need to be living by because somebody be gone all the time. Anyway,
I definitely need those same rules, and mine don't be gone all the time no more. But we're going on 24 years next month, so yeah, we definitely need that. But go ahead.
yeah. So people take notes, okay. um but she she uses this time though, which I'm like, thank god, because I knew this is all it was going to take, y'all. She uses this time to tell him how she's been overwhelmed and just overall how she's been feeling lately. There's all the stress and stuff, just feeling like everything's closing in on her. He immediately goes on to tell her how she is the best mom, she's the best wife, she's the whole nine. Like she is like the bee's knees. And she, of course, like is like, oh my gosh, like gets super emotional or whatever. And he hugs her, of course, and she's like, I'm sorry for rolling in. Like I'm not supposed to be crying, like just super emotional, but it's good, obviously, that she can be vulnerable with her partner. So she's like, he's like, so what do you need me to do? What can I do to make it easier for you?
Right.
And she's like, well, like the boys, like maybe you could help out and step in more as it pertains to them in their football, because that's like a big thing. And he's down, he's ready, to help her. And he's like, do you need an emotional support Hermes bag? And she was like, Well, the 25 did just come out, you know.
Okay. Woo! That's the kind of husband I like. That's the kind of husband I like. I love that she got her gripes out. He listened to her. They came up with a solution, and then he rewarded her and he
And
complimented her. Wow.
I've noticed how too, I feel like just the she how he regarded her, her feelings, everything she was saying, whatever. I feel like she did too, and even the way that she conveyed that, because it wasn't ever like she was blaming him or anything like that, or saying like, "Oh, well, you don't help me with you don't help me do shit, so that's why I'm over here straight." Like it wasn't accusatory or anything like that. Which I feel like is a sign that they are in, somewhat of a healthy marriage if they can talk about these types of things. Because I know
I
other people, when they have serious conversations like this or whatever, or they need some more assistance from their partner, sometimes that can end in an argument. So
get you.
it's good that they can at least talk. um yeah, it's good that they can at least talk and
It
just
it, wa- it looked it was giving every bit of healthy relationship. What up, Kev? What up? What up? What up? But yeah, but yeah, we it was giving very healthy relationship. It was giving, they communicate, like I said, and he listened, and then he now let's just, hopefully he listens and he follows through because they will slack. Nobody's perfect. We all do. So, hopefully
nobody's
he
perfect.
hopefully, yeah, hopefully hopefully he can, keep up the good work, and or if he does start slacking, she can, be like, babe, my plate's getting full again. I'm gonna need you to grab a little, because what she said is that the boys got increased with practice to, they probably were doing
I
3 days a
did
week, maybe
this
2 days a
quick.
week. Yeah, now they're doing 5 days a week. So that's a lot. And now the games are on Saturday. So yeah, well, I would think, but who knows? But I'm just saying it's usually on the weekend. So yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot. And she got two boys in it, not just one. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can
what's next?
understand that.
Yeah.
um the next scene we get is the second to last, or the second to last scene, y'all. Lisa, Ayan, Talene, and Stanbury. Interesting group, right? Yeah, I know. They have a girls' day, and Lisa tells Ayan about her. Actually, hold up. I missed I missed a significant scene. Ugh, sorry. We gotta go back, y'all. I missed a significant scene, which was between Brooke, Sarah, and Lisa. They actually had met up following the
Yes.
Ion's fashion show or whatever. And Brooks, she immediately had started that scene off with telling them how she's hit the reset button on all her friendships, whatever that means. Okay. And a Stanbury, but she does that, and then she immediately starts calling Stansbury narcissistic, and brings up how she thought that they were friends, but now she's not. So, oh, well, actually, that was Sarah who brought up that she thought her and Stanbury were such friends, but now she's not too sure. Um, yeah, were you gonna say something?
Yes, I'm gonna say once again, we're gonna talk about Brooks again. Your slip is showing, boo.
Come on, Brooks. Come on. Oh my god, Stanbury is too funny. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, Brooks just keeps letting her slip showing. She keeps letting everybody know when she hating on somebody and she really don't have a reason to. It's not valid. It doesn't make sense, and she keeps like throwing it in people's face. Not to the person that she got the beef with. She's telling a whole nother person who don't even give a dang on, and it's just weird. Like, girl, what are you getting out of this? You're like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. You're like the one that hit somebody and then hide their hand. That's you. Pot stirred. That's you. You beyond the bone collector. Like you're beyond that part.
She's ridiculous,
It's
utterly
so stupid.
ridiculous. And
Stupid. Go.
we're seeing that more and more each episode, y'all. And but Sarah also kind of threw me for a loop, as I was just saying about how when she brought up that she thought that her and Stanberry were better friends than it's seeming. um and they even take it as far as saying like that they thought that they were going to be disinvited from the housewarming party. um and at this point in time, Brooks was still undecided on whether or not she was even going to go to the party, dragging it. And she was like, because my friends, like, what would I even bring? Like, usually I would just bring, like a Joe Malone candle, but that's like for people I care about. And I was like, honestly, and y'all, by no means am I saying money grows on trees, but if you're not familiar with Joe Malone candles, like they range like 50, like anywhere from like 50, I want to say to like $70, somewhere around there, whatever.
Mhm.
Which I'm not saying like to some people that's a lot of money, to some people that's not a lot of money, whatever. Nonetheless, I just feel like that's not such a significant amount for this particular group of ladies to spend on a gift for
Right.
their friends. Like that's something I would spend right now for if a friend was having a housewarming party or something. I don't feel like
Right.
that's at that like in the baller range of
At all.
house gifts. So I was confused why she even said that. Just saying.
That lets us know where, honey. Read between the
I'm
lines,
she's
sister.
bringing Hermes plates, like Caroline said that she got from somebody once upon a time. Like that's where I'm like, okay, that's because I can't. You ain't getting no Hermes plates out of me right now. Um,
Well, remember, Sarah said she went to a kid's birthday party, or she went to some, yeah, and it was a 2 year old. They
hello.
got a Rolls Royce. So, and we're not talking about a little car.
So
She said a Rolls Royce, like a real car. Ooh,
just
okay.
saying,
So,
just saying.
yeah,
Like
that was strange, but that goes back to her dislike for people is so frivolous that even her saying that was frivolous. Like,
it really
it
was.
made no sense, and you don't make sense because your beef is nonsense. Basically,
She's
that's
beefing
what
with
I
you,
get out of that.
is what I get out of it. Nonetheless, Lisa asks what Brooks apologized to Talene for, and Brooks tells her she apologized for calling Talene a beggar while walking away from the dinner. Yeah. In her confessional, Brooks goes on to say that Talene begged her to be in her friendship circle, begged to be invited to Stansbury's birthday party last year, begged to be at Lisa's fashion show, and ultimately just begged her to be on TV. Not the show per se, but to be on TV. And of course, we got flashbacks of Talene at these events or whatever. So, okay, checks and balances.
Well, well,
And
well. Hey, wait.
therefore, Talene's a hot mess for getting closer to Stansbury after Brooks defended her against Stansbury. That's all I had. Where'd you go? Hello? What? Are you? I'm so confused. Were you going to say something? Oh my god! Like right when you're about to say something. Are you laughing?
You can hear me.
I heard you laugh. Yeah,
It says it's muted. Oh,
you're
wait,
not.
that's funny. Anyway, it's frozen on my screen on mute. On to unmute, and everything is stuck on mute. So anyway, glad you can hear me. Great. Okay. Back to what was the last thing you said? Because now doing all that. Look, I can't even look at my screen because the screen is saying I'm muted. What was the last
um,
thing you said?
I don't remember.
Well, I mean,
Or
who were you talking about?
not. I don't remember. I don't know why I said that. I do remember. Talene. Or yeah, Talene. Brooks calling Talene a beggar. Talene is shocked that she received it. No, no, that's not what I said. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Hold on. Yeah. about Talene being a hot mess for getting closer to Stansbury after Brooks defended her against Stansbury,
Okay, my
and
thing about
Brooks got Stansbury into all these places and on
oh,
TV.
that's why
And
you were saying oh my I was about to say now how does that work? She said she double talking. She said, I said, I didn't say she was trying to get on the show. I said she was trying to get on TV. Well, bitch, y'all only own the show with the TV. You mean she wasn't trying to? She wasn't saying she wanted to be a housewife. She just wanted you. She just wanted to pop up in scenes. That what you saying is still the show. So that's what I mean. Two things can be happening to Brooks. One is she drinks enough to where sometimes her stumble is with the words that she's saying. It might not sound like she's been drinking as much as it's like it doesn't make sense. That's one
Mhm.
thing that I've noticed about her. But on Watch What Happens, she said that she's a light drinker, and it only takes like 2 drinks for her to to get to the sleepy point. And I'm thinking that could be true if you're sitting at home, but usually you drink and then go out. So I don't believe that to be true. But anyway, all I'm saying is I think Brooks, I already said that. I think that the way she drinks and I think she doesn't remember or they start sounding like kind of weird. And or she really believes the things that she's saying, and that's scary. But for me, that's scary. I think it's more scarier if she believes the things that she's saying. If you're doing that, and I really believe that these people are doing something to you as you sit around and talk about every person at the table in the confessional right next to them. However, Brooks, I can't wait till we get that scene. Brooks has a problem. She has an issue, and I don't want to put it on alcohol because it might not be alcohol related. It might just be she's just a weird person.
Some people are like that. That's very
Mm-hmm.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Lisa, fast forwarding back to Lisa, Ayan, Talene, and Stansbury's Girls' Day.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa tells Ayan about her conversation with Rich and how he's been stepping up more, like
Yeah.
really, really trying to help out. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Um, and then that was right before Talene and Stansbury walk up. So then they walk up, and we hear more about how what we hear more about how this person feels about this. I don't even know. I wasn't even paying attention to that part because I feel like that's another big issue. And I know we were talking about this offline before we got on here. That or yeah, whatever. A big issue that people have is how they waited so long to come
Mm-hmm.
back with the show and stuff.
Yeah.
Another big issue is that the just the stories and the stuff that they're talking about is like people are losing interest in it too because it's like we're still talking about this fight between these ladies which was like in episode 1 and it wasn't even that big of a deal and it's just like people are it's stale like you can't gain the same viewership that you could 10-15 years ago with this
True.
show. It was in season 1 of whatever, Orange County or whatever. People like to see unfortunately, they like to see more salacious um things
Content.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like y'all are still talking about this like the sandbox rivalry. Like, get out of here. Anyway.
Right. You're right about that, Barb.
Anyway, going back to this scene though. Ion's going to try not to piss Lisa off because we, like I said, it's an interesting group that we have here. We got Stansbury there. We know that they are forming this new friendship, and Lisa likes to be in her feelings sometimes about it. So Lisa announces that her, Brooks, and Sarah decided they want to go to Bali. They want to go on a trip. So that's the cast trip we're getting this season. Woohoo! Eat, pray, party is the theme, and Lisa is responsible for the eat. Sarah's responsible for the pray, and Brooks is responsible for the party. Apparently Brooks be sleeping a lot, and it's like, okay, is that because you be drinking, or is that because whatever other reasons or whatever? So they kind of are like, don't really know about the party too much, and yeah, don't really know about that too much. Um, and Talene is still shocked that she received an apology from Brooks. And Lisa
Mm.
tells him that Brooks admitted that she called Talene a beggar, which of course then throws Talene off. She's like, "So how do you go from apologizing to now calling me a beggar? Like this just reignited a flame that I thought we extinguished. Like what the heck? Anything to say about that scene?"
My thing is, like I said, it keeps going. I can't reiterate the same thing. I don't understand how Brooks get that from. Why would she even say that? I don't know if it was production fault that we didn't get the all the full meat and potatoes of that conversation that they had as far as the apology is concerned. Because I was kind of mad with Talene because when they asked her, she's like, I got an apology from her. Hell's gonna freeze over, and they was like, oh really? Lisa was like, really? You got an apology? Wow. And she was like, what did you apologize for? What was the apology for? Here comes Talene. She apologized for the nasty thing she said to me. We didn't get to hear her say that. So if she did say that, that means y'all production did not let us know what was said, and or y'all really kind of ran over the apology real quick, and it wasn't a real understanding on what she really apologized for. Now, I do remember the scene where she did call it. You did hear her call her a beggar, right? Did you hear her call her that?
Wait, what are you talking about in this scene?
So, oh no, not on this scene. When they had their argument, when they were at the restaurant.
No,
Okay, I don't know if she called her a beggar, but she did. They did. That's what
I remember.
they were going off on each other. But I don't know. I ain't gonna say she called her a beggar. Whatever
I
she
did.
said, she called her something on the way out when the girl was walking away, and there was a heated scene. You said that scene wasn't that bad, where you would have just kind of blew over it. She was going off in a way that for me, I wouldn't have blew it off as much. I would have been still asking like, what is your problem? But anyway, for her to say that they literally had a conversation about her calling her beggars, like, no, they didn't. No, y'all didn't. What are you lying for, Brooks? What are you getting out of telling these ladies that I apologize because I think she heard me call her a beggar. What? You think she heard you? You didn't have a conversation on what you really apologized for? Like you don't even know what you're saying you're sorry for. And then later on in the episode, she's gonna say, I don't even know if it was that episode. It wasn't. It was on Andy's show, and she said, it's not my fault that whatever she said. She said, I'm sorry, but it's not my fault that you're this way. And I'm almost like, there you go again. You're saying you're sorry, but then you're throwing her right back under the same bus. That's weird. Like she's making it real
Yeah,
hard for me to like her.
I had wrote in my notes back in the earlier scene that Brooks gives an but apology. Like when it's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry if I blah blah blah, or I'm sorry but, or I'm sorry but you started it, or I'm sorry however, like whenever you say that, 9 times out of 10 it's going to negate whatever you said prior to the but. So that's where I feel like Brooks operates a lot from that angle. And
Mm-hmm.
it's hard, yes, to kind of root for her. I'm not saying she's not a bad housewife, but she damn sure couldn't be my friend based off what we're
Bro,
seeing
you and I both.
on this show, is all I'm gonna say. And we're gonna keep on rolling. Stanberry's housewarming party. The house is finally done. I'm sorry, y'all. I did not get any pictures, but from the shots that we saw, I mean, I liked it. It's kind of an eclectic. very bright, bright like daylight. It has, that bonsai focal point,
Yeah.
which I still love. It came together really nice, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, she has a
But
lot of.
and huh?
Also,
She
she
has a
has a
what?
lot of fun, lot of fun things in the
Elements.
house. Yeah, elements. It's like yeah.
And I really did like the $50,000 couch. I liked it. It looks. I want to sit on it. It looked nice. Um, the tablescape was fabulous. The tablescape for the party. It
Yeah.
is a. We quickly find out that it's a like seated dinner type of party, which I thought was very regal and classy. I liked that. She got a
Hmm.
private chef, and she tells them about that after her conversation with Yasmin, it's been revealed that there may have been a miscommunication going on between like her and Sergio or whatever. And he says he'll do anything for Yasmin. He loves her. He's not trying to be her dad, but at the same time, she has to respect him. Okay. Stansberry is still very much on the same, oh, no step parent has it easy when they first come in the door vibe. And I was annoyed by that still. But I mean, ultimately, this is their reality currently. So I do hope it works out for them. I hope there's been some progress, especially since it's been like a year and a half since we've seen this. I hope there's some progress. How did you feel anyway about that part of the
No,
season?
no, I agree. A little bit with Sainsbury. It's gonna take some work. I mean, but they've been together for a few years now, so it's now getting to the like the kids are like, okay, so he's not going nowhere. Okay, so they are gonna be together. Okay, because sometimes in kids' minds they don't think that it might work, and I don't know if I don't think that their mom was dating because I think they started dating during COVID, so they didn't get to
Mm-hmm.
see their mom do a lot of dating and so from them to see from their dad to this next guy, you know it could be it's it could damper, or they can have some kind of feeling like I'll be glad when he gone because he's not gonna be here. And then it doesn't mean that they didn't like him or anything. It's just that's how we think as children. Like that's my mama. You taking
Yeah,
mom away from me.
yeah. I would place that under the umbrella of just like once that resentment or and all the ill feelings die down and they really are able to understand that okay, this is the new family dynamic, this person's not so bad or whatever. I want us to be a happy family or whatever. Once they fully understand what the situation is, everybody's role in it, how they can do whatever they can do to help facilitate all of that. Once they really understand that, then yeah, the change can come. So if Yasmin was being 100% truthful and she understands what her mom is saying, um she understands that her mom is going to prioritize them and all that, and once she could really trust everything and stuff, then it'll scale. She'll be able to scale back on all of those ill feelings, that resentment, the smart remarks or whatever. But yeah, it does take time, and I hope after laying it all out in a conversation like this, they were able to progress. Because I mean, Yasmin, she seemed to have a good head on her shoulders enough to she seemed mature enough for her age, so I don't think it'll be an issue for forever. If he is going to be in the picture for forever, then they have to make it work or no.
Agreed. Yeah.
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 Moving right along, Brooks literally walks in with Sage in hand and an unexpected +1. Stansbury knows that Brooks is trying to get a rise out of her, and she won't allow it. This is my party, and I will cry if I want to, is what she said. And Sansbury more so is annoyed by the +1 though, because as I said before, y'all, this is a seated dinner with a chef. So it's not like she could just whip up whatever and place it in front of her. Like she can't go get some dino nuggets and place it in front of her when everybody else is eating Capri salad. Like that's not happening. And that's exactly why she didn't invite Saba. So that really pissed me off too. I would be pissed off about the sage, of course, or whatever, but ultimately the thing that is really going to actually throw my life off, I could just yell at you about the sage, but the thing that would throw my life off in that moment, if I was Stansberry, is the fact that you brought a +1. Like, do not just bring random people to my house. Like, I just think that's one of the rudest things you could do to people.
I think she should have asked her to leave, and I'm dead ass serious.
I would, because I mean, at that point, no, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna take somebody else's plate. We're not gonna put her like a TV tray dinner in the corner, and she gonna eat
Mhm.
like it's not. No, it's gonna
You're
be
messing
something
my table up.
like, yeah, it's just not. And we on TV. No, it's just. I think it's well within anybody's right to be able to be like, you can get to step in, because no, absolutely not. And especially because she was trying to downplay it and like, oh, it's fine. Oh no, it's fine.
Girl,
You bring your nail tech? Like, what is going on? And Brooks does give that because, yeah, didn't what was the last thing? She brought somebody to the other party or whatever, to Ion's thing. And it's like that used to be her to lean or whatever. And
mhm.
actually I'll save that for when I'll save that. Um, but that was just rude to me. And so Talene and Brooks, they actually did greet each other, with Talene having zero intentions on speaking to Brooks right now, because like I said before, y'all, she caught wind of the fact that Brooks called her a beggar. Stanbury gives a brief speech. Sergio tries to cut her off. Then they congratulate her. And Ion's like, well, I mean, she paid for the house. And
Oh
Sergio
God.
and Lisa was like, he was like, huh? And
She
Lisa was
said
like,
she said
about
Happy Valentine's Day. Wait, what? Or Happy Valentine's. Wait, what?
I was like, oh my goodness. That was pretty hilarious. I can't even lie.
Yep.
And Brooks lets us know that allegedly Michael, remember, yeah, the one that Sansbury and Sergio are living with, he pays for everything allegedly. That includes the mortgage, the utilities, the clothes, all of it. And I'm just like, ooh. And Ayan doubled down on it too, but I forgot what she said, but she said something as well. Um, so of course we're gonna talk about that. And Lisa brings up babies, which I was super annoyed about because I don't want to keep talking about babies to Sansbury and Sergio. Um, and of course Stansbury had jumped on her high horse of I don't know if I want to have a baby. I think I might be too old to have a baby. Like, I don't know if that's what I'm trying to do right now. Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, going back to this Bali trip, who is excited? So they talk about that for a second. Brooks claims that she has the best lounges and clubs. Yeah, we'll believe it when we see it. Sarah's like, so, okay, so nobody wants to talk about praying. Like, I see. It's because somebody here probably needs an exorcism. And Ion's like, girl, you can't just throw that out there and not expound upon it. Like, who do you think need an exorcism?
That part. That part. Stand 10 toes down, girl.
So, okay. And Brooks is all, or Sarah's all in her confessional, your light bothers the ones in the dark. Sarah, anyway. So
Leave Sarah the meme alone.
I'm like,
Hey, Colette. Hey, sis. thank you for saying hello. Love you.
mm-hmm. um, because she feels like Talene used her to get in with her girlfriends. Because Brooks at this point is like saying little side remarks on the side too, talking about she crossed the wrong person to Sarah, and of course Talene is in earshot. She's hearing all of this, y'all. And Brooke starts saying like fake, fake, fake. And at this point, Celine's like, girl, what are you talking about? Who's fake? What do you, excuse me, huh? And Brooks is like, I'm not talking to you. And continues to do this and continues to do this until the group finally separates. So we got a couple people over here, got a couple people over here. Um, and Brooks, Lisa, and Sarah, they were having their own conversation about it. Ayan had left by this point. She was like, I'm out of here, whatever, whatever. Um, Lisa claims that they don't want to go to Bali with any of this drama lingering, so they're gonna try to hash it out right then and there. Y'all, I would be lying if I said I believe that Lisa. I want to know if y'all think that Lisa, throughout this entire interaction, was being. Do you think she was being genuine and trying to hash things out with everybody, or do you guys think that she's being messy? I would love to hear what you guys think about that because. Mm, mm, mm. And before we know it, y'all, Brooks and Talene start going back and forth. Um, and Talene, Rafi's kind of in the vicinity as well. And then he kind of jumps into it as well. Talene tries to like walk off with him, and Brooks goes by them kind of still popping stuff or whatever. And so then at this point, Rafi's all like, correct yourself, lady. You're my girl, but like, correct yourself. And Talene is still popping stuff. Lisa's right here as well. And then they like start to walk off, and Talene's all like, oh, so are you challenging my husband? And Brooks is like, is your husband challenging me? And I'm not gonna lie, she ate with that one. She did. I feel like she did. And Rafi's all like, I don't give a about these cameras. I don't give a about these cameras. Excuse me? And I love when Talene just had to throw the whole, well, where's your husband out there or whatever, because I feel like that was super, that was just so low hanging fruit of her. That was weak if you ask her. Whole
Right.
time Stanford is just worried about her $50,000 couch.
Mhm.
Lisa does jump in kind of to defend Brooks, which I did appreciate. That's actually something I would have did, because the way that Roth, anyway, and pretty much everybody needs to get the out at this point. So they're trying to shut stuff down. Talene then is outside. Did you? I don't know if you caught her over there smoking a cigarette. I
Yes,
was
I
like,
did. Yes, I did. I was like, she's.
I'm like, who does? Who people still smoke cigarettes? Anyway, um, just and we ended off with Talene going, "You wore my wardrobe last season."
Girl, first of all, then I wear my sister's fashion all the time too because she put it on TikTok for me to go find the outfit. So, yep, Barb, I wear your fashion too, girl. Um, let's be
Mm-mm.
clear. There's a couple of things that I'm glad you went through it that fast. Get it out there. A couple of things that bothered me. One, I agree with you. Rafi was out of line. He should have never got in women's business. You don't do that. You excuse yourself. Your woman can take care of herself. You know that for a fact. If my there's a couple of things our husbands should know about us. They should know we either pop off or we don't. And if I don't pop off, then you're the one that's supposed to, what, let me move my wife. She don't pop off, and ain't nobody about to pop off with her. Or what? Like my husband would do. I'm the one that pops off, and he knows I can take care of it if I'm talking to a female. If a male gets himself involved, then my husband's gonna get involved, and we don't want that. So us women, we know how to talk to each other, and we know how catty to be, what B to call you, what C word to call you, what we know how to push all those buttons. So he was out of line by getting involved, by saying he doesn't care about the cameras. You do. You and your wife both care about the cameras. Everybody there care about those cameras because that's your job. That's the job. That's money for your wife and exposure for you. Yeah, we you dang on should care about the cameras, Rafi, and you were out of line. And when another woman has to jump in that is not your wife to tell you you're out of line, you need to zip it and be quiet. And on top of that, you're Stanberry's house. You are disrespecting Stansberry and Sergio's house. Excuse me.
Mm.
Not once did you even think, you know what, I'm in their house. We not on the streets. And in Dubai, y'all can't even be on the streets talking the way y'all do. So why in the world y'all in this lady's house doing that? Now, that's that with that. Now let's be clear, because you don't think you brought this up. Stansberry, the way she was trying to make Sergio sit down, get out the way, don't get in it, don't get involved. Like he was her kid. Let me tell you something, sister.
Oh my God. I wrote it down, but I forgot to say that. She was like,
I know, because you was going
down,
right through it, and it was okay with me. You
down,
can go right on through it. I was like, let me be the one,
yeah,
because
down. I was screaming.
I was screaming, but I was also appalled because
Yeah,
at
yeah,
this
I was.
moment, he is the man of the house. If he want to say, get the F out my house, if he want to stump, if he want to break your one of a kind, whatever the hell you got in your house, if he feel like doing that, he should be able to do so. You don't stop him. You don't tell him to shut up. You don't tell him to sit because he ain't in the business. He's actually saying the right things. Brooks is being a butthole.
They're
Brooks is
just
being
not.
a butthole. What is her problem? Why is she disrespecting the house? Oh, I don't like this. Let me go tell. And you're gonna tell him to sit the F down and shut the F up. I get it because Stansberry was drinking, and I could tell she was feeling nice, even when she had to go talk to Lean. I could tell in that moment. I said, "Oh yeah, she a little nice." Not off the rocker, not just enough to be like,
Right.
relaxed enough to when I didn't even get a chance to say, "Don't burn no freaking rosemary." No, I mean, no, don't freaking burn that. Don't burn that in my house. I don't like the way it smells, and I'm dead. Don't burn no sage in my house. I will child, you and that sage will be on the other side of the door, and I'm dead serious. So you was out of line doing that. You out of line coming in her house with a guest. You out of line and all these different things, and you don't want to go talk to Brooks, and you're not gonna allow your husband to go talk to them. If anything, you let him go in there and let him see what go let his balls hang. Let his cojones do what they need to do, because then he might get the respect that you are looking for. You're not letting him give you no respect. I mean, you're not going to give him no respect because you don't allow him to let you give it to him. You just want to shut him down and, oh, yo, no, I got it. Oh, no, you stay out of it. No, don't tell me to stay out of it. They in my house yelling. I ain't stand out of nothing. I would have politely walked away from my wife. She wouldn't even know, and I disappeared on her. You know how my husband was doing, Barb, when he was walking around the house. You was like, what? It wait, what did where did how did he? Yeah, her husband should have been a phantom of the night and exited stage left, while Stansberry is looking and wishing they don't touch your $50,000 couch. Your husband could have been getting everybody together and telling everybody to get the hell up out of there. So I didn't agree with her doing that to him. I feel like she's goes in mother mode, and that's not from Sergio. That's from you. You're putting mother mode on it. That's not Sergio mothering you. You are mothering him purposely. And one of these days, he is going to come out of that little boy shell, and he gonna tell you to kiss his behind. He ain't gonna put his hands on you, and I'm not wishing none of that. But he's gonna have to put his foot down, and your mouth is gonna be open, and you're gonna be like, no, you didn't. But yes, he's gonna have to, because you're not gonna respect him in any other capacity. And I don't want y'all to argue like that. But babe, you can't do him like that. That's a whole man. A man that I don't care if he didn't put 1 cent on that house. He is still married to you. That is the man of the house. And don't son him. Don't shut him down. And if he wants to kick whoever he wants to kick out of that house, let him do so. You're crazy. And so when she finally got her son, everybody get out. Girl, sit down, drunky poo. Sit down. And then Talene, Don't ever, 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 ever throw a husband up in Brooke's face ever again, because that is not the end all be all ever. Her having a husband or not having a husband, she's a person without a husband. She don't need a husband to be a person. So I don't know why y'all think that. And I've been married for a long time, so I'm not saying nothing. Yes, my husband, I love him and he enhances my life, but my life still would have went on if I never married that man. Okay, let's be clear. So yeah, I just, honey, I was just
And
like, girl,
went through, like, you, like, as a friend, like, knowing what she went through with when she had a husband,
come
I
on now,
wouldn't just throw that, be so willing to just throw that in my
because
friend's face. It
and
works
she's
both
another
ways.
one that was um 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 Talene was another one that was drinking more so because she knew that Brooks was giving her the cold shoulder. So she was taking the drink to the lips a lot. And hey y'all, I drink. Believe me, I drink too. I'm not saying, oh, y'all need to put the drink down. And that was another low blow that Brooks said to Talene, like, the nerve of you, girl. You gonna tell Talene to go put the drink down? Really? Really? When you got, I'm almost more than positive. You walked in there on a bottle, and I'm always say it. You walked in on a bottle. That's why you was willy nilly to go tell Stansberry, oh no, it's fine, it's fine. My friend is here. Like, girl, no. You on liquid courage, and so you think you can say what you want, and and I'm gonna be in control because, like I said, if Stansberry would have had the balls and told her, you and your friend can leave. I'm sorry, I don't have enough room for her, and so I'm gonna have you leave. That would have been standing on business, and Brooks would have had to respect that. And then guess what's not gonna ever happen again? She's never gonna bring a plus one without you knowing if y'all become friends. And that's how that works. You have to put your foot down. It ain't about being mean. It's like, girl, should we ever do that again? I know you think you are, but I told you it's the drinking, it's the alcohol.
Otherwise, she would have been sitting at the island.
Come on. You seen when she don't drink and how quiet she is. She don't make a peep when she's been drinking. Oh, she all up in your face, and we gonna get to the scene. I'm gonna let you go and finish, sister. Go ahead, because I gotta leave in like the next 15 minutes. So
Look
let me
at see.
this up.
This is
Huh?
the end of the episode.
Oh, that way. Okay, so wait. So what am I missing that I wanted to talk about? I said clean. I said that. Oh, there was something else I want to talk about. Real. Oh, that they went outside. She brought that up. That they got into it again on the streets of Dubai. That's outlandish to me. That y'all know better to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt bad. I was like, whoa, this is a lot, and I don't even live there and never been there.
Brooks was showing her insecurities on 10 at
And
that party.
yes, every time.
Talene needs not use alcohol as a crutch to deal with life situations, especially Brooks' demonic self. Yeah, I feel like Talene was really like, I feel like Brooks was on her mean girl high horse and
Mhm.
making things worse because she wanted to be on that high horse of that. But at the same time, I feel like Talene was like really bothered. I feel like she was like really bothered. Um, like, yeah, I just feel like she was really bothered by Brooks giving her the cold shoulder and stuff like
Do
that.
you let me ask you a question, sis. And hey, Auntie Bernice, thank you for joining us. And make sure you hit the like button on both on both channels. We love to hear you, see you in the chat.
Mhm.
And we're gonna have a sidebar in 1 second, but um my question to you, Barb, is do you think that Talene used Brooke to get all these different friendships and relationships, or do you think that Brooks kind of pushed Talene to these friendships, especially Stansberry?
Um, I feel like, well, according to Talene, Brooks had referred her to the show, but she also referred six of her other friends. So let's just get that straight. According to that's coming from Talene, y'all. And I will also say that Brooks, just seeing as how she's fallen out with Talene in these last couple episodes, seeing as though we've seen her with like two random people at this point. just gives me the idea that she's not really close to anybody. I mean, I already it felt like that, but I don't think she has like a super close um like friend or whatever. I think she just kind of like has like people that she's like, oh, I got invited to this. Let me call this person and just ask them or whatever. I don't think she
You
really,
talking about Brooks?
yeah,
Oh, you
forms.
mean you mean like when Stansberry said that she used rent a friends?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh,
It's giving that like she doesn't actually have any like genuine like through and through friends. I
you
think a
know
lot of
why? You know
you
why
think
she don't? Because I
that's
think it's her attitude. I don't think she has any friends because she's not. She doesn't know how to be true to her, even herself, or be a true friend. Because if you don't agree with what she's talking about, and
she doesn't
even
need her.
calling Stansberry a narcissist, no, that's you. And I don't mean it in a mean way, but when you say stuff like that, it's like, girl, you are making everything about you, and you the one that is doing it. So you're really the narcissist, and for you to even say that, it's like, girl, there you go. You're projecting. That's you, and you think that everybody's jump ship and got to Stansberry's side, and it's like, no, they're really just jumping ship because you're pushing them away. You don't know how to be a real friend.
I feel like she's always in a constant battle of I don't need you, you need me. And I
Oh,
feel like that goes back to that might be that link that we've been missing this whole time when we're trying to sit here and peel back the layers and figure out what is her thing, what is up with her or whatever. I think that might be what it is. That she just constantly trying to show everybody that she don't need them or whatever because that's also what she probably showed her wanted to show her ex or because the state of which she was in when that marriage dissolved and all of that or whatever. I think she's in a constant battle of always trying to prove that she don't need anybody else, they need her. Yeah,
that's not a good place to be in. I don't. Hey, sweet pea,
that's why she can't
I,
form
I
close
appreciate
connections
you.
with people because she always needs to let her friends know that she don't need them. But as a friend, I want to think that my presence has some type of bearing on your life. Like if you're always trying to tell me that like I'm disposable, no one wants to hear that they're constantly disposable. Like then bye,
Right.
you don't need me. Then if you don't see no value in having me around, then miss me. Hey, sweet pea.
Hey, sweet pea, thank you for joining us. We gonna be quiet so you don't get in trouble at work.
Mhm. Who was
um,
definitely used by Brooks as long as she agreed with everything she said. Talene is an introvert and quiet and doesn't bring attention to herself like Brooks. Yeah. Um,
yes,
I don't know if she's I wouldn't call her introvert and
I wouldn't
quiet.
call her introvert either, but
I think that yeah, they just and she expounded upon this, which I'll quickly say that I would never be like go watch two T's in a podcast, whatever. But I mean if you want to go ahead. I just wanted to watch or listen to an episode with Talene. Talene was on there and I sent it to Cece, of course, and we listened to it. And in that conversation, they asked her like what is her relationship to Brooks? Like how what was the depth of the relationship? And it was very much what have been saying all these weeks now that it was very much more surface level and very much like they would see each other in like party high times of life and they didn't really ever have like a true like this whole closest friend in Dubai thing that was very much not the way that Taline explained their friendship.
it was more
Um
surface,
it
way
was
more surface.
like hey cool like just not anything super in depth y'all so that kind of makes sense now as to why it is going down how it's going down because you guys were never even that close to begin with and you guys are just learning that you guys are actually probably not compatible as friends.
Pretty
You guys are
much. That's what.
they were good in the dynamic that they were in which was very much in passing or hey come to my party there's 50 other people at the party too and so we don't have to really think or be like one-on-one and they weren't doing no heart to hearts and nothing like that.
But the way Rafi was acting, I don't know.
You're my girl but I don't know he just gives me that's just him and he would have did that with anybody and he just wanted to do that because like I said before it was alleged that he is wants to be the Joe Gorga of the group, and that performance definitely gave that. But he lost a hell of a lot of cool points with me this episode because he was way too eager to get in there and start like that. His presence in that whole exchange was unnecessary to me.
And
Her
that's
like
another.
not in mortal danger. None of that. You didn't need to. You just complicated it even more. And even if me and Talene, if I was Brooks and me and Talene somehow did work out our stuff, that's something I can never probably get past, because I know
Exactly.
that if we ever have anything at any point, like I never know. He's unpredictable now, and I don't do well with unpredictable people because I'm always on my guard up. And if you come at me crazy again, I'm be ready for your ass.
Hmm. I agree with that one. That's yeah, I can't be mad at that. And the fact that
I couldn't play them close
the
enough.
Tulane, yeah, I don't see them becoming friends. I mean, I hope they can. We got a reunion coming and all that good stuff, and I don't know how much deeper and how much who's gonna get cut a little deeper as the season goes on, because I think we're just starting to scratch the surface, guys. So
But
that's why
I'm,
we're
I'm more so I more so care about peeling layers back and seeing how we got to this point between Lisa and Ion, more than I care about Brooks and
yes,
yeah. So yep, that's really it for this episode, y'all. We enjoyed chopping it up with you guys. We still got a few more episodes in this season, so same place, not necessarily the same time. We should be back next week at our regularly scheduled time, which is about 1 p.m., 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, that's really all I got.
yep, y'all. Thank you for watching us, rocking with us today. Playback game. We appreciate you guys always. You guys always come through for us. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Barb Meets World. Make sure you're subscribed to California Cutie. Um, both our channels. Make sure you like on both channels, because we did stream from both channels today.
Mm-hmm.
And happy hump day, you guys. Y'all have a really good rest of y'all week until we see you guys next time, okay?
Yes. See y'all later. Bye.
Bye, guys.